Hey everybody, I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to the Meeple Society.
Today we are going to give you our first look at Amrtaka, I believe that's said correctly, the battle for immortality. Let's take a look. Okay, so what you see in front of us is actually prototype form. The final version on game that's coming to GameFound may look a little different. I'm not sure how much of this is actual final. Well, let's talk about components first. The components that we have so far that we've seen aren't bad. These little chips, these are the weapon tokens, and we'll kind of describe what everything is for.
Okay, so what comes with the game? Like I said, you've got your board. You've got... We've actually gotten two different pieces.
Actually, three.
That's true.
Because these were originally had standees.
That's true. This is the most recent, and I do like these.
Oh, the miniatures look pretty good.
Really loved these.
Oh, yes.
I loved these.
The acrylic board.
Those are gorgeous.
Standees.
You've got your player board, which is a nice, thick...
You're going to dump it.
I am going to dump it. Nice, thick, actually double-sided. Why, I don't know. I feel, well, we'll come back to that. Anyway, nice thick game board size. This is not just a straight piece of paper, which I do like that, because that's annoying. All of the cardboard chips are great, except for the most recent ones he sent us, which were a last-minute edition.
Everything's prototype.
But yeah, that's prototype. But even all of these are nice and thick. They're good, thick cardboard. They're not the real cheap cardboard. So,
well distinguished as to what they are.
yes, yes.
You have a little flower. I know there's a name for this. It's a mistake. I can't think of it right now. But nice little molded piece of plastic to make a flower to hold all your...
Elixir.
Elixir. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Okay. It holds all your elixir. Around it is all your gods, your god
tiles.
followers.
Yep.
And we'll kind of explain what those are doing. You have a sideboard here that keeps track of all your elixir.
And then you have your little flags, which are very generic at the
Just little
moment. I'm
puns.
assuming that those will probably change.
Yeah, because they could make them like little bitty, like little flag towers or something.
Yes.
That
Yes,
might be
agreed.
good. I'm not sure. Like I said, not sure where it's going with that. But in the game, you have cards. You're going to have 6 cards in your
Yes.
hand. The artwork on the cards.
I like the artwork. I like the artwork. Now, I do not know if it is custom or AI. I am terrible at telling that kind of thing, but I do like it. We're going to go over a basic overview of how it plays, and then we'll get into some of our thoughts. All right, so with Amrtaka, the whole idea is that you are fighting for immortality, hence the name of the game, but you are doing so by controlling various areas on the board and getting those to a strength that makes that island immortal. So you're doing this with cards. You start the game out with 6 cards in your hand, and you always have 6 cards in your hand. At the start of the game plays in several phases. The first thing you're going to do is to basically deploy one of your warriors, which is one of your cards. So you're going to deploy one warrior down beside your board. At that point, you can decide what of your soldiers or your various, I guess they're called warriors soldiers, yeah, that you're going to deploy with him. Each of these have a different number value on them. There's 1s and there's 2s. These help determine the strength of the location that they end up at. They also help determine the amount of movement that this particular warrior can do. So if I want to do this, the most you can ever deploy is 3 tokens with one of your cards. So if I want to do, maybe I want to go 9 spaces. So I'm going to deploy a 2 and 2 1s. Once you've figured out your total movement, at the start of the game, you're starting out right here in the resting area. I know there's an actual name for it, and off the top of my head, I don't remember what it is. But you're starting out here in this resting area. you always start out at 1. So you always advance to the number 1 space to begin with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around to 9, because I have 9 movement points. Or I could go counterclockwise, counterclockwise, and come around to the 3. So those would be my 2 choices, 9 or 3. From there, I have a couple of options. You can do, now I haven't placed my card out yet. I haven't done anything yet. All I've done is move my player piece. From there, I have 2 choices. I can, well, 3 choices really. I can ignore both options. That's a choice. I can do my specialized movement, which is identified with this corner of the card at the bottom, or I can do a portal movement, or a portal action, which is identified with this corner of that card. Now, the portal actions are the same in every card. It's just there to kind of remind you that that is an option. This icon over here is different on all the cards. There's a set of them, basically.
Yes.
This identifies where you're able to move in addition to where you are. So maybe I didn't really want to end up at 3. I could look at this card, and this card will let me go to any location 2 spaces away around the board. So basically at this point, any of the odd locations. So I could come back here to 1. I could go to 5. I could go to 7. I could go to 9. Doesn't matter. It's my choice based on this god's special movement. But maybe I just want to stay where I'm at. It's early in the game. Why not? So I stay where I'm at. I deploy my card. So my card goes out here to the mainland. All of my warriors come out here, and it doesn't matter whether it's face up. I'm going to leave them face up so you see the numbers. Face up out here onto the outer island. And that's my turn. At the end of the turn,
Then you put your flag out.
Put your flag out. Always forget to do
And the king
that.
it says the king actually goes up there.
Oh, okay. I don't think we did that our whole game. That's all right. So I've put everything out that I need to do. For having conquered 1 empty location, I get 1 elixir point. The way this is set up now, you got 2 options. I can either take one of these little, or I can count up on this little counter that we have. We each do it a little differently. It's whatever works best.
And we're not sure which one's coming with
Yeah, I
the
don't know
actual
which one's
game.
actually going to be in the
I said
game.
everything's
So-
prototype.
So I'm going to take my 1 point elixir for having taken over an empty location. That is an entire turn. But at the end of my turn, and this is where it gets tricky, in the center of the board, I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see this, because you can see the number 1. Let's turn those back over. They are not face up just yet.
No.
But at the start of the game, all of these start here in the center of the board face down.
They're called God followers.
The God followers, thank you. There are 3 sets of islands here. There's your inner island, which are marked with numbers. There's your middle island, which are the swirls. And then there's your outer islands, which is where you're actually trying to occupy. And then there's your mainland. So at the start of the game, well, they're all here in the inner islands, face down. After every single turn in the game, 1 moves out. After the second turn, the next one moves out. Third turn, that goes out. Fourth turn, it goes out. It keeps doing that till it gets all the way back to 1. When all 10 of these are out, because we've had that many people take turns, now mind you, this is turn-based, not round-based.
Correct.
These do all flip over as soon as they come out to the middle ring, so you know what's coming. So these would all be flipped over. But as soon as the 11th person goes, or the 11th turn has happened, this comes out here to the outer ring of islands. Once it's out in the outer ring of islands, this power becomes active. And there's a number of different powers in here. Like this one here will protect your warriors in the event you're attacked. And I'll come back to that. This one puts an automatic portal out. So you get, it works the same way as your personal portals. Again, I'll come back to that.
Yep.
And then these guys give you extra victory points or extra elixir points if you conquer the land or occupy the land while it's out here on the outer island.
And there's 3s and 2s of that.
Yes, there's
and there's
3s and
multiples
2s.
of each one. So
Yes. Okay, so this happens after every single turn. After the 12th turn, then this would come out and it would be active. The 13th turn, etc., etc. You get around to the 21st turn, and now all of these go straight back to the center and flip over. This game ends after 30 turns, not 30 rounds, 30 turns, or when one player hits 60 elixir points. So, how you get elixir points? Well, you saw I got one for doing this. Great. If I can get this land up to 15 points, and I do that in a couple of different ways. I could reinforce this land. Maybe on a future turn, I'm going to play this card instead because he's a slightly stronger warrior. And with him, I can send a couple more guys out because why not? Right now I'm at 9, I need 15. So I can send these two out. That adds, what, another 9 to it. So now I'd be at 18. I don't even have to send this much.
That's 11.
That's 11. I can't add today, apparently. Anyway, so I would send these. The only problem is I'm replacing this 5. This 5 would disappear. So if I were to do this, I would have what? 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I would have 15. I'd be good. So as my action, I could reinforce instead. Here's the problem. Maybe this guy is over here. My warrior's moved. I have to get her back to here to do it. In order to do this action. So right now I'm at 9 or 11. 11 is going to put me here or here.
Yes.
I can make that work. My special action, if I end up here, would let me go straight across.
Straight across or one to each side.
Right there. So there I am. I could do my special action, not a portal action, and end up right where I need to be. At that point, I add these 2 warriors to the mix and just replace this card. And this card is now out of the game. Or well, he goes into the discard pile. Depending on your player count, you may or may not have to reshuffle that pile. So now I have a total of 15 points. My land has become immortal. So I'm going to collect my card. He goes into the discard pile. All of my warriors come home. They all come back to my board so I can use them again at a later date. And I get 15 points for having gained immortality. And this goes on to my elixir board and is my first 15 points toward the 60 I need to win the game. That is how you occupy a land. That is how you reinforce a land.
To become immortal.
The third option is you could conquer a land. And that is going to involve one of your opponents coming to your area with a higher strength than you currently have. So right here, for instance, I have 10. I'm not present. I control this land. I've moved on and I'm trying to get something else. So maybe I've got this guy over here and I got a couple people out here. There's my thing. And then maybe we don't have any green guys out here. I don't have all the pieces over there, but maybe you've got this land with a couple of guys. There we go. Maybe Greg's going to come over and try and conquer my land. He wants 3. So you're going to need a lot of higher strength than that.
Which one am I attacking?
Well, that's a good question. Which one are you attacking? Oh, I got 7s on both
You're on
of them.
7s on both of them.
And they're both the same.
Yep, they're identical. So it's going to be whatever card I decide to play.
That's true.
And how I can get it there.
Okay.
And depending on, like, say, if I'm like there, I play that card at number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't get there.
Well, but you're going to have a higher strength anyway.
I understand that. So 5 would get me there. So,
Okay.
but I got to get up to what? 7, 8,
10.
10. So I got to at least put 6 points on here. So I'm going to need 3 reds first.
Why are you taking mine?
I got to take 3 reds. So now I'm at 11. So that's going to put me either here or here. My special power will only allow me to go 2 to the right or 2 to the left of it. So if I'm here, I'd only make it to here.
Yeah.
Can't do that. So I'm going to look for another card that I could possibly play to get there. So say I had this green 6. Well, that one won't get me there either. Well,
You will if you do that.
so that would be 10. It'll still be 11
mine.
because... So it would still be 11, so I'm still in that spot. The extra power, say if I'm here, will only get me, well, no, it will help me. So
Yeah.
if I go to there, because my extra power will let me go 2 to the third one to the left or third one to the right. So if I go 3 up, I would get to...
You'd end up at 5.
I'm right there,
you
yes.
go, yep.
So if I go up 3, I land right where I need to be. I bring my card out and say, oh, look, I'm at 11. So now it's a battle. So how the battles happen is you're going to compare what we have. I have 11. You have 10.
10, yep.
I have 1 more than you. So you're going to lose 1 point in soldiers.
Yes. So
and
this
they're
guy
going to go to your little...
to this card here.
Lands of Beyond there. And then you're going to take back your other guy.
Get this guy back.
You're going to discard your God card.
Yep.
You're going to take him back.
Yep.
And then I'm going to move in.
Now here is the one piece about this too. And this is where you've got to be a little careful when you're doing the battles. One, you have to match the card type. Not just the weapon type.
Yes.
But
Oh, yes,
have
I forgot to put the
match-
weapon on there.
You have to match the card
color.
color. There's 2 different types of weapons. There's melee weapons, and then there's ranged weapons. So if it's a ranged weapon that controls the area, you have to attack with a ranged weapon. But since it's a melee weapon that controlled the area, he could attack me with a melee weapon. It just so happens these 2 weapons match.
So
but
I would
they didn't have to.
I'm not sure what that weapon is. Some type of a hammer, maybe?
Yeah, hammer or a sphere.
But that I
don't
would
know.
lose that. That would go out here.
Yep. So, and that's where it gets a little careful. You only have 8 weapons. Once you've placed them, you don't get them back.
No.
Now, for having conquered my land, he
I
gets
gain 5.
5 elixir. So that goes onto his board. That is another way to get elixir. It's a much slower way, but it is a way to get it. There is also options where you could place portals out in some of your lands, and using those portals, you can get people around. Those portals also affect the battles.
Yes.
If that battle had happened and I'd had a portal here, I would have been able to transport somebody over there and save my land, and he could not have attacked me.
So yeah, so that's part of the strategy of the game, is making sure if I go to attack that, can she get any more?
Can I get reinforcements
Yeah,
there?
can you get reinforcements to
Yeah.
it? So it's almost behooves you to attack the one that has the portal.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
because
that way you can't portal anything in. But you do have 2 portals, and there's a Godfather that'll allow you to have a portal. Why that Godfather is alive?
Yeah, there's at
God
least
follower is
one.
active.
There might be 2 in there. I don't remember now.
And these only, like you said, like this one comes out. So if she had this God follower over here in her area, even though she lost the battle, she would not have lost that
this
one
guy.
token.
He'd have come back to
They
my
would have
board.
been protected, and they would have just came back home. But she didn't.
Nope. That was
And
on
that
2.
only, when it activates, it's only of that mainland of where it's sitting at. So if it's sitting here, it only affects the mainland too. Okay, so that kind of covers...
That covers the majority of
gameplay.
it. It gives you a general idea of how it plays. There's a couple nuances in there, but for the most part, that covers everything.
So we've covered artwork. Artwork's great. Like I said, we're not
I
quite
like the
100%
artwork.
sure if it's AI or not. The game right now doesn't have an artist
It does not have an artist listed, so I'm
listed,
not
so
sure.
we're not quite sure. We've covered components. The components, what we see right now in the prototype, looks great. The miniatures are really, they're not high detail, but they are nicely detailed. Like this guy, I don't know if you can see it, this guy, he's standing on a bunch of bricks
Yeah,
or
I saw
blocks,
that. It
stones,
was
I
really
guess.
cool.
And yeah, and it's not solid. So if you can see on the bottom, I'm not sure if that's going to come out with the main game though, but they do give you these so you can make sure you know which king or queen it is. Okay, depth of the game. There is strategy, like I was saying, with attacking, and
Right.
also in the game you can also look to see where the God followers are going. It's like, ooh, that lane's still open. I need to get myself over there. What card can I play, and how many people do I need to get over there so I will be able to get that God follower power?
Right. Well, and I think there's a lot of strategy in how to move, getting to the area you need to get to in order to claim the one open area that's left, or to get to somebody who has not yet gotten one of those portals out for reinforcement, or maybe he has a portal out, but he's already shipped these guys off to someplace else to make that land immortal, so there's no followers there left for him to ship.
Right.
So yeah, great, he's got a portal there, but there's nothing left there for him to send. So watching where those portals were placed becomes integral in success, really.
Yeah. One thing we did not cover yet, there is a token on your board
Oh,
that
yeah.
is a 6. Now, what this means is if somehow you've lost so many battles and you have no more, really no
no
more
warriors
warriors,
left?
you can turn this in and you can get 6 points of warriors, not 6 warriors, 6 points. So
Right.
there's a combination of the 2-pointers and the 1-pointers. So you'll at least have some more warriors to put out as you go to conquer lands. Replayability. I think with an expansion or something, there could be more replayability in this game. I think once you've played the game, you've kind of seen everything it can do.
Right. We've played the game 3 or 4 times now
We've
at
played it at
3
every
different player counts.
Yeah, we've played it at every player count, 2 through 4.
Yeah. And you're right. I don't. It's been very samey.
Mm-hmm.
Other than at 4, obviously the board filled up much faster.
Yeah.
You didn't get nearly as many turns, and that was a little bone for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a 4-player count, you don't get an even number of turns.
Right.
Now there is a way, and
we talked to the designer. You can, after that last one goes, you can continue on, and the Godfathers can start coming back out. But if you just play till the end of everybody gets the
round,
same amount, the Godfathers aren't going to do anything really because they won't get out to be a power again.
Right.
But you can let everybody have the same amount of turns to get
Right.
maybe get one more land
Yeah.
or attack somebody to get some more points.
I felt like it felt wrong ending halfway through a round.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
On the replayability part, I think it depends on the players you're playing with.
Mm-hmm.
That might give it the game a little bit different feel. If you're playing with a bunch of games that are not like big into take that, it's going to be okay. It'll be a game.
Well, I feel like there are ways to avoid the battle,
Yes.
because you could just fight for immortality and then the land clears and somebody else comes in and takes it. That being said, when we played our 4-player game, there was a point where every land was taken. I had one spot. I had to go in and
Yeah.
get somebody over.
And like I said, if you
So-
play with people that aren't big on head-to-head, take that kind of...
Yeah.
It plays one way, but if you play in a game that they don't care about the whole
The head-to-head.
head-to-head, take that, and they like games like that, it's going to be a completely different experience.
Yes.
Because you could have like 3 lands on it on your turn, and by the time it gets back around, your 3 lands could be gone because everybody else attacked you and took your lands away from you. So there is strategy to that, knowing the people you're playing with.
Yeah. Well, and there's strategy in where you put your portals. Do you use those warriors to reinforce yourself for immortality, get that 15 points, or do you use them to protect yourself?
Yes.
Because as long as there's warriors sitting there, nobody's going to attack you because you can easily teleport people in there or transport people in there and reinforce yourself easily and quickly. So there's always that threat too.
And I do like, well, let's just talk some more about the game. I do like the whole, you have to take the king action, which is the middle action on the card, which you decide, you count up how many movement you're going to do and which way you're going to go and move there. And then you could take either
the special movement action
or the portal action.
Right.
And the portal actions are different. There's not that many. There's what, 8 of them, 7 of them? 7 different special actions.
The special movement actions, there's 7 or 8 different ones.
There's 7
portal actions,
different
there's only a
ones.
couple options.
Yeah.
You put your portal out, you transport people from a portal to another location that you control, which right now I don't control anymore,
or
so
where
it
your
doesn't
king is
matter.
at.
Or teleport them to where your king is. So if I had a guy here and I controlled this land, I could transport these guys over to here. And that would be my
Portal action.
So you could do that as well. Now, the whole sending them where your king is if I'm attacking this area, I could send reinforcements in to attack over there as well. That's, again, another one of those strategy pieces that comes into play when you're attacking somebody.
Yeah, and that second part of the action, because you play, like I said, you play the middle one no matter what.
Yes, that's putting the card down
put
and
the card out
your
and figure out
movement.
which way you're going and know how many you're going to move.
Yeah.
And then it's, do you do a portal action or do you need to do
Right.
the special action to
you
get
need-
to where you need to go?
Yeah, because you cannot stop on a land where somebody else has control unless you intend on taking it
them,
over.
Yeah.
You cannot stop on a land of your own unless you plan to reinforce with this card.
Yeah. So you got to know where you're going before
Yeah.
you say, okay, this is what I'm doing. There was another way to get an elixir. You could just pass your turn.
Yes.
Take one of your cards, discard it, draw a new card. You get an elixir because you basically passed your
Rested.
entire turn.
You rested.
Yeah, you rested. So final thoughts. What is your final thought on Amrtaka, the Battle for Immortality?
I have enjoyed the gameplays we've had of it. I think I enjoyed it at 2 or 3 more. At 4, I felt it was very chaotic. Moving these guys out, trying to remember to move these guys out was difficult. What they do, the powers they give you, fantastic. I have no issues with that. But the constant, oh, shoot, I forgot to move him out. Where are we? Wait, you went, I went, you went, I went, you went. So it was hard to remember to move these out. And we'd get 3 or 4 turns in and realize we hadn't touched any of them.
Yes.
That was a little confusing to me. And not confusing, it was just, it was fiddly to me, having to constantly move these. But beyond that, I did enjoy the gameplay. I enjoyed the trying to figure out how to get the puzzle of getting to where I needed to be. I enjoyed the puzzle of, okay, if I spend this turn and just get a portal out, okay, great. But wait, I can't make that land immortal yet because if I do, I'm going to lose that portal. Because once you make the land immortal, great, everything leaves except that portal. It stays put. Or if it does leave, it comes off the board. You don't get it back.
Yeah.
It was tricky to remember, okay, I've got this guy almost high enough. I've got a portal over here. I can get somebody over there. But the first thing I've got to do is I got to move this portal someplace so I don't lose him when I make this land immortal.
Yes.
And that was tricky, especially
Remembering
in a
to
4-player
do
game.
that.
Yes. Especially in a 4-player game when you literally have 8 turns in the game, 7 or 8 turns in the game, and that's it. Even in a 3-player game, you've only got 10 turns, so it's not a lot. But yeah, I find that I did enjoy it. Will it come back to the table a lot? I don't know. But I did enjoy the puzzle of trying to make it work, trying to get where I needed to go, and to make sure I didn't lose my only portal that was out there or something like that. So, yeah.
I kind of agree. I did like the entire game experience. The first game or two was kind of rough for other reasons. But I did like you said, the puzzle of trying to figure out, okay, if I put this guy out and I'm going to put this on, I'm going to land over there. Oh, well, my guy's already there. I can't go there because I really don't. I have a high card already there. I don't really want to reinforce it because now I'm lowering the points on it. So what was his special power? Oh, look, this guy can go anywhere on the board he wants. So, okay, so I'll just come over here. But now the point is there is an open land over there. But do I want to go over here where you're at and just take over your land and just be that mean?
Yes.
Yeah. It is enjoyable. And like I said, we've played it with some people that they were playing the game the way the game was meant to be played. So it was like, oh, why are you taking it? That lane's open. You could take that lane. And not mine. It's like, well, I can't get to that lane with the way I can go. I'm going to have to stop at you and just take over your lane. I was like,
5 points are better than nothing.
okay. Right.
So.
But yeah, so if this game came out again, yeah, I would definitely play it. I do like it. But if you had anything to change about the game or you think that needs to be added to the game, is there anything that you could think of? Here, I'll go first.
Okay.
I think with the player boards, I think what they could add, and it could be in an expansion, who knows. I think each player board should have a special power.
Have
You
an
could put
asymmetric
an
power.
asymmetric power, and I think that would give you a little bit of extra.
Replayability.
And then even with that, you could have the boards the way they are and deal out cards with asymmetric powers on it. So every game could be different depending on what power you got. This is what your guy gets to do. This is that one little bitty thing that nobody else gets to do.
Right. No, I like that.
I think that would be great. That would be one thing I would definitely change or maybe add later as an expansion.
Right. One thing I would change, and I feel like they missed the mark, these sides are identical.
Yeah.
Make
one side
female,
could be
one
one male,
male.
one female.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
think that
red
would be
and I
good.
think the yellow are females, and then the the blue and the green one is both males.
Male. Yep.
So,
But
yeah.
I feel like making these different. Didn't matter which side you play.
No,
Just-
it doesn't make any
Yeah,
difference.
but some people have preferences, and I think that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Obviously, changing these out because those are very generic, but I'm hoping that's already in the plans. Yeah.
So yeah, so that is our first look at Amrtaka, the Battle for Immortality, here on GameFound. Check it out.